how to write off 95% or more of your Tesla miles using Uber, Lyft, and Mile IQ. Did you know that you can legally write off almost all of your miles and get a 57.5-cent tax credit in 2020 and a 56-cent per mile tax credit in 2021? So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this without wasting any of your time and without putting almost any extra miles in your car and without driving drunks around at 2 a.m. I know. One of the many things that Tesla owners say is, why would I want to be a lowly Uber driver? Well, if done intelligently, you can not only write off a ton of miles on your Tesla, but you can earn some extra cash as well to help pay for your Tesla. And you can do this all without putting hardly any extra miles on your Tesla. Not only that, but if you are a Tesla investor, you are going to be helping promote Tesla. You're going to be helping crush any FUD that's out there about Tesla every time you give somebody a ride. So JD Power did a study and they found out the best way to sell EVs is to get butts in seats. Now this is something I've known and many other people have known for years, but it's nice to have it quantified here. And if we scroll down to here, it actually says, it turns out that if consumers have taken a ride in an EV, just being carried around in one, not actually driving it, they're 3 times as likely to consider buying one as somebody who isn't. That is amazing. So like I said, it really pays to get people in your car if you want to help them understand the amazing benefits of a Tesla. And of course, a lot of them are going to ask lots of questions, and you're going to be able to dispel myths right there on the spot. And many of them afterwards, after a 10 or 15 minute ride with you, are going to be like, wow, I got to get a Tesla. So putting butts in seats matters, my friends. And so everyone who's doing rideshare is doing a great service, not only for themselves, not for their community, but also for all other Tesla investors. Not to mention, each ride that you give is supporting the Tesla mission. You're replacing a gas car every single ride. And you know, the other thing I hear people say all the time that are Tesla owners is, I am always looking for excuses to drive my Tesla. Well, guess what? Why not do something useful? Number one, you're helping other people get to where they need to go. Number two, you're making some money. So why not do rideshare just part-time? You don't have to do it all the time. You can do it 1 hour a month. You can do it 50 hours a week. It doesn't matter. So let's get into it. So first, obviously, you need to sign up for Uber and or Lyft. I actually do both, but I wouldn't recommend getting both right from the start. I would just pick one and start there, start simple. And then once you've mastered that one and you've decided that you actually like it a little bit, then you can add the other one. But don't do it right off the bat. And if you sign up at the links below for Uber or Lyft, you will get some nice startup bonuses. There's actually 2 key ways to maximize your write-off without even picking up riders. That's pretty amazing. It's not that you don't want to pick up riders, it's just the fact that you want to be the person in control. You want to only pick up people when you want to. You want to be in charge. Destination mode is a little known feature that lets you only pick up people that are going the same way that you were going anyway. So it's not sending you off on a wild goose chase where you have to backtrack and waste a bunch of your time and add miles to your car. This is perfect for your morning commute, or if you just want to run some errands and only pick up people that are going the same direction. So why not get paid $10 or $20 every time you go to work? You're going there anyway. Why not? Let's say you have a 25-mile commute to work. You want to leave a little bit early, say 10 minutes extra, just to allow for pickup and drop off. And then guess what? Hey, if you happen to not pick up anybody, you just get to work 10 minutes early and you get a raise. So you win either way. Let's just say you average $15 per day in extra income going to and from work. That's $300 a month. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. That helps pay for your Tesla. So with almost zero added work or extra time, you're getting that $300 a month in addition to another $580 in a tax write-off. Not too shabby. Another great tool in the tool belt, which is awesome for all Tesla owners because Teslas qualify for these higher end rides. And on Uber, it's called Select. On Lyft, it's called Lux. As a driver, you can choose to do the standard cheaper rides, which do include the rare higher end rides as well, or you can choose to only pick up select or luxe riders, which in many cases is what I recommend. So with standard Uber or the regular Lyft, if you turn your app on, you're going to get a lot of rides, but they don't pay as well. So, having that option of selecting, which mode you're going to go with is really, really critical. So for example, say you're really bored, you have a couple hours to kill, you probably want to do the lower end rides just so you can give rides and just so you can drive. Say I'm out and about doing errands. I probably don't want to get interrupted that much. So I'm going to pick select and only get rides that are really worth it. But the key thing is I'm able still to write off all those miles of all my errands because my app is on. Now, additionally, if I had both services, I could turn on both the higher end services from both companies and I would double my odds of picking up a ride. But that's another thing that you want to play with, depending on what you're feeling like. Do I want to really give a ride? Sure, I'll turn on both. Do I really not want to give a ride? I'll only turn on one, but I still can write off all the miles even with just one on. The other benefit of using only the higher end rides are the fact that it gives you a client who is more in line, who's more able to purchase a Tesla. So for me anyway, one of the real reasons I like doing rideshare is it allows me to promote Tesla and turn people on to buy a Tesla that weren't necessarily thinking about it before. So clearly, the people that are paying more for these rides are typically, obviously, people that have more money, and Teslas at this point are still expensive cars. So it just makes sense, if that's part of your reasoning to do this, is that you would want to focus on that person. So you're targeting the right audience. And that's a big motivation for me personally, as I feel like I'm making a small impact with every single ride I give. However, if I had a commute, I would probably use UberX, the lower end service. So I would have a better opportunity, more chances of picking up a ride along my way. But if I was running late or if I really wasn't in the mood that day, I would turn on select and then I would reduce my chance of actually picking somebody up. The last key is tracking your miles, because in order to write them off, you have to track them very specifically. Now, it sounds complicated. You used to have to write it down on paper, which would be a huge pain, but now, of course, there's great apps and software that can handle the whole thing for you. I personally use a program called Mile IQ. It works fantastic. It works great with multiple vehicles, so if you're switching back and forth between cars, it's not a problem, and it makes it super simple. Okay, so what we have here is the dashboard for Mile IQ. It allows you to select and classify each one of your drives, and it makes it nice because let's say, for example, there's a drive that you forget where you were, what you were doing. You can just literally click on the map and that will give you a reminder, oh yeah, I was at this person's house or at this business, which then allows you to classify it as business or personal. So you can go ahead and do that. And then also in here, if you select here, you can look at within the different business classifications, you can classify it as, was I doing Uber? Was I between offices? Was I doing a customer visit? So on and so forth, whatever your business classifications might be. And then on personal, same thing. Personal or commute or medical, what have you. So it just makes it super easy, even days and days later, to go back and figure out what you did, when and where. Obviously, once again, sign up for Mile IQ at the link below. As you can see, almost all of my miles were business miles. Now, I run a vacation rental business, so a lot of my miles were for that specifically, which are business miles as well. But even if you have a normal job, you can achieve a similar results by being able to write off almost all your miles if you use these techniques. So, are you guys going to try this or what? Hey guys, thanks so much for watching, and please like this video if it helped you at all. And please let me know, what other kinds of videos do you want me to make that can help you earn money with your Tesla?